Hi guys, Zoe here with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the process of transition and kind of how the steps work with that, and at least what my experience has been, just so that if you are questioning if you're trans or want to kind of know how the process works because you figured out you're trans and kind of want to see what the next steps are, hopefully this video will help you along with that. So first off, there's two different elements to transitioning. One is the social aspect and one is the medical aspect. First of all, the social aspect, I'll go over that. That's a good way to see if you're trans, especially if you are still questioning and haven't came to that conclusion yet. And this involves trying out a new name, new clothes, different styles and stuff like that. And I'd say it's good to do that around people that you trust, not necessarily everyone, just because everyone's in different situations, obviously. But my situation for like work and around some people, it's just not a great idea to do that around because I don't feel safe. So yeah, I have done that with my transition around people that I trust and out and about in public, like people meeting for the first time and stuff like that. So obviously I've started dressing different, and I had my hair different, shaved my beard, everything like that, got my ears pierced. So yeah, that's kind of one aspect about it. Do things that make you feel comfortable, and then that can be as little or as much as you want. So if you want to go like to be super feminine, you can do that, or if you want to be not feminine at all, really, you can do that. There's no right or wrong way to do that. It's whatever makes you feel comfortable in your own skin and makes you feel happier. So yeah. And then the next aspect is the medical part of it. This is the one that mainly helps with dysphoria. Obviously some social stuff can, but if you're not happy with the way your body looks, you're not really going to have many changes with the social aspect, but medical would help with that. So first step to do that process is to talk to a doctor. I talked to Planned Parenthood because my girlfriend got her birth control there, and I had been there before, and it seemed like a very friendly place, an accepting place. So that's what I did. Kind of the process was I set up an appointment with them for gender affirming care, and they have you watch a video that kind of goes over all the aspects of hormone therapy and what changes to expect and possible risk, everything like that. And when you talk to them too, they also give you a sheet with like kind of a timeline of what changes to expect. If I can find that, if I still have it, I will put a picture of that in the video, or maybe a link to it in the description. But yeah, they kind of go over everything with you, and there's three different methods of hormones. There is pills, patches, and injections. So kind of three different ways, and they kind of talk to you to see what the best route is for you. From my understanding, at least what I've been told, pills can cause more blood clots, or higher likelihood of blood clots than anything else, and then injections and then patches are the safest for it. My mom had a history of blood clots, so I started off on the patches, and then after I think it was like 2 months, I was starting to notice like I was getting bad rashes where I was having the patches. So I talked to them. They said, well, okay, we'll kind of switch it to injections and keep an eye out for anything. So I'm on injections now, and it's also been debated in the trans community whether injections have a better or more likelihood of changes than patches or pills. I'm not a scientist. I don't know what does, but I've heard injections do have more. I have seen more changes since I've been on injections, but I also wasn't on patches that long, so I'm not really one to speak on it. You know, kind of assess and go over that with whoever your doctor is and choose the best path for you. But there is also other medications you can get on besides just the hormones. More than likely, what they'll prescribe you when you're first starting is spironolactone, which is a testosterone blocker. So to have the estrogen actually have an effect, or more of an effect on your body, you want to obviously suppress the testosterone in your body. The spironolactone, that's what that does. And for me, at least, it was a pill that I took. And for me, after about a month of being on it, I didn't see any improvements. I was having really bad diarrhea, and pretty much everything I ate was just like going right through me. That might have to do with my cystic fibrosis. That might have been why. Might have been counteracting with some of that. But I told them after about a month of no changes on that, and it was really messing with my stomach and hadn't improved. I told them, and they said, okay, well, we're going to switch you to finasteride, which is a different medication. From my understanding, the way they explained it to me, it was more of like a hair treatment medication, and one of the side effects that is it can cause lower testosterone. So I've been on that since about a month into transitioning. I'm about 6 months into transitioning right now medically. And yeah, for me, I definitely did notice on the finasteride, immediately I didn't have any more diarrhea, and my food was processing normally through my body, which was good, because I did lose a lot of weight on the spironolactone, which was an unhealthy amount to lose in the time frame that I did. So yeah, but it did also increase my hairline. I've been growing some like baby hairs here, so that's great. Wasn't expecting it. I know they did say like it could be a possibility, but I wasn't expecting much, but it has helped with that. I don't know if it's just that. I've also heard mixed things with estrogen that can just also increase your hairline. So either way, great, especially if you got more of a receding hairline. I kind of do. It's not too bad, I don't think. Maybe it's terrible. Tell me if you think, but yeah. But that's kind of the medicines that you will start off on, and then a lot of people down the line, they will start progesterone, and that's usually about 6 months in or to a year in, just depending on who you talk to. I want to get started on that. I haven't yet, for other reasons, just because of work and everything like that. Right now, I'm at a job right now where I have to boy mode at. Well, I don't have to, but I feel a lot safer boy moding at. So I just haven't got on progesterone yet. I want to soon. Hoping I get a new job that I can actually fully transition in, instead of boy moding at work and then out and about in my personal life, being myself. But that's the hope, at least. But what progesterone does for a lot of people, or what is said to have done for a lot of people, there's again mixed stuff on that, of the effectiveness of it, but it increases your breast growth and can increase the body fat distribution. Just kind of seems like it makes everything a little more effective, from my understanding and from what I've heard. Again, there's been mixed things and opinions on whether that is true or not, but yeah. And then some of the changes that you can expect, and kind of the timeline of it. When I first got on estrogen and the testosterone blocker, right away, pretty much within a couple of days or a week, I noticed lower sex drive. As a guy, I'm sure it's the same for most people, maybe not all of them, but seems like it's something that's like always on your mind, and that immediately kind of just went away, and was this like a background thought, not all the time either, just like very infrequently, which is kind of weird, because it's relieving in a way. At least it was for me, because it seems like it's almost on your mind way too much and distracting you all the time. But transition has helped out. But you can also expect softer skin. My skin has gotten a lot softer, and my elbows used to be like really ashy and dry. That has stopped, and they're really soft now, so that's great. Oh, sorry about that. The camera just vibrated. That was Raven hopping up on her cat tower, which is my cat. But along with softer skin, you also get body fat redistribution. For me, you haven't probably noticed much on my face at all. I've lost weight, so you've probably seen that. But as far as my face, you haven't really noticed, or at least I haven't noticed too much of a difference. I have gotten hips, which is nice. And after I lost some weight, my butt was actually smaller than it was like post-transition or pre-transitioning. But that has started to come back now, so that's good. And then obviously boobs, you will grow those. They are very sensitive at first. You will notice that if you bump them or if you smack them on something by accident, you'll be in a lot of pain. So that's something to get used to. Breast growth varies a lot for everyone. Some people immediately will get like D cups and stuff like that after a few months, it seems like. That is not usually the case for most people. So a good thing during the whole process is also to just keep your expectations in check. Don't be disappointed if things aren't going as fast as you want. Try not to get your hopes up too much, because you don't want to think, hey, I'm going to have all these changes immediately and everything like that. It is a very long process. It is, most people, it's kind of like a 3-year process from what I understand, and when they are developing stuff, and then well after that too, they can still see changes coming. But it's a long haul. It's not a short process. So keep that in mind, and don't get discouraged and don't get upset when things are taking a little longer than you would want. But it's a couple of the other, or one of the other things that you'll see is a slower or thinner hair growth. For me, even before I started laser, my hair was starting to slow and get a little thinner on my beard. And then my body hair, I feel like that's definitely slowed down too. But yeah, that's great, because for a lot of people, hair and thickness of hair, it's definitely causing a lot of dysmorphia there. But yeah, so that's kind of the changes that you can expect. Some of the other changes that you might see, not everyone sees, but can happen, is some people actually shrink. They lose a few inches, which is not super common from what I understand. I'm 5'5", so I'm not super tall anyways, so that was a good thing for me, because I didn't want to be super tall. Some people even get smaller feet, and they'll lose a couple of shoe sizes. And yeah, and then they also get hairline improvements like I've gotten. And then some people will actually start to experience symptoms, I guess would be the word, of a period. Obviously, there's no bleeding or anything like that, but people will get cramps and kind of mood changes, and they'll have that like once a month. From what I understand, not everyone gets that. I haven't seen anything like that, at least. I don't know, maybe I've been in a bad mood and I haven't noticed, but yeah, that's kind of the changes that you can expect that you might get on top of everything else. Not, like I said, not everyone gets those, but it is something that you can get. So yeah, again, like everything, all the changes that you are experiencing, everything like that, it's important that you keep in mind that don't get your expectations too high, or expect everything to change immediately, because it is a process. And then B, do what makes you happy. There's no right or wrong way to transition, or right or wrong timeline to transition. The most important part is your mental health and your happiness, and do the things that help you with that. So yeah, if this helps, leave a comment, like, and subscribe. That is all I got for today. Hope you guys have a good day and keep your head up, and have a good day. Bye.